guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a story time. As you guys can already tell, it's going to be about when my best friend was a girl, which my best friend tried to hook up with me. So yeah, if you guys are interested in knowing what happened that night, then please go ahead and keep on watching. So this happened when I was around 15 years old. I had a really good friend. I'm gonna call her, what should I call her? We're gonna call her Betsy. She was actually the same friend that I was talking about in my last story time, you know, us smoking together for the first time. So this is the same friend that we're talking about. So I actually met her in middle school, 8th grade, and she actually lived like maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes away from me. And she came out to school where I lived, like to my city, and we met in middle school. We got really close, and you know, we were like best friends. So I honestly don't remember how we met, like how we came about. I just remember this one time during lunch. So we just started talking and stuff, and she would talk about like her school and all this stuff, and she like asked me, she's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, no, I don't. And then she's like, oh, and all this stuff. I was like, do you? And she's like, yes, I do. Like, we've been together for like a year, whatever. So I was like, cool, that's cool. So for some reason she like told me that she was into boys and girls, like she was bisexual. I don't know how like this conversation started happening, but there was like, she just started telling me how she, like, you know, she was into both genders, which is completely fine. Like, do you, girl, like, cool for you, like, you know, all right, like, props to you, like, you could do that. But I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, I don't know, I never really had a friend that like was either gay or lesbian or whatever. I like just kind of brushed it off, and like I don't even know why she told me she was into boys and girls. Like, I really don't remember. So that's how we met, right? So that's how we met, and that's how she told me that she was into boys and girls, whatever. So anyways, we became really close. We used to hang out a lot during the weekend. I used to go over to her house. Actually, I used to like spend like the whole weekend from Friday to like Sunday at her house, like a lot. So anyways, when I would spend the night, like, she would tell me like weird things, you know, and I never really like thought like she would actually like try to do anything with me. So she would say like, oh, like, you know, you're my type, or I didn't even know like what that meant. She would just be like, you know, you're my type, like if you were like, if you liked girls, like, you would be my type. And we would go out and stuff, and I would be like, what the fuck, you're crazy. Like, you know, I would just tell her like, okay, you're crazy, whatever. And like she would like, you know, like say these kinds of things like out of nowhere, you know. We would just be like sitting in her room, and she would say this kind of stuff. And then like one time we like had come back from hanging out with these two guys, and it was like almost night, and then we had dinner, and then we like watched a movie, and then we stayed up and we were like texting the guys, I don't know, and stuff. Anyways, she like texts me. I'm like literally right next to her, like in bed, like I'm right next to her, like there's like, you could say it to me, you know. So she texts me, and she goes, every time I lay next to you, I feel like doing stuff. And then I was like, stop. I was like, it's not gonna happen. And I just texted her, I was like, it's not gonna happen, go to sleep. That's why I texted her. So that was like a hint that I was like, what the fuck, like kind of like weird hint. So I was like, okay, whatever, like she's not really actually gonna do that, because, you know, I spend the night at her house all the time, so she never really like tried to like do anything. So I was just like, whatever, bitch, like you just do you, girl. Like I don't know, I felt like I led her on a little bit. So one time we were at Burger King, I think it was a Burger King or whatever. We were in the little like playground things. I don't know why, I don't even know why we were in there, but we were just in there, and like the two guys that we used to hang out, they were like outside, whatever. And then she asked me, she's like, have you ever kissed a girl? And I was like, no. I started laughing. I was like, no, what the fuck, why? And she's like, I want to be your first girl kiss. And I was like, okay, bitch, like she's like, okay, just close your eyes. So like I closed my eyes, and she like kissed me. It was just like a peck, like whatever, you know. And back then everybody kissed everybody. Like I kissed so many girls in my life, so it was like whatever. But like she was my first girl kiss, whatever. Anyway, so that was like another weird thing that she used to like do to me. And like sometimes like when we would like hang out with like guys and stuff, she would like hold my hand, and like because she would say like, oh, like I don't like that guy, just hold my hand so he thinks, you know, whatever. And I'll be like, okay. Like she would hold my hand all the time in public. She would like try to like hug me and stuff, and like I honestly, like, I was just like, I kind of just like rushed it off because I didn't really like give a damn. I didn't really pay much attention to it, so I'm just like, okay, whatever, like you can hold my hand, you can like, it's whatever, you know. She was my best friend, you know. Best friends do what we gotta do for a best friend, you know, in situations like that. Like if you don't like a guy, like, yes, I'm gonna pretend like I'm your girlfriend, you know. You know, that's what best friends do. So, and like the weird thing about it is that she would check out guys with me all the time, and she would talk to guys with me all the time. So it's like, I really thought like she was just like, she was bisexual, but she was more into guys than into girls. So I just really didn't really pay attention to it much, you know. Anyways, so on to like the real thing, like when the shit went down, okay? So it was Halloween weekend, and like always, I grabbed my shit and I went to her house and we got ready, and her dad took us to Fright Fest and Six Flags, and we're like, okay, we're going to Fright Fest, like this is gonna be lit as fuck, like, ooh, what's up? And we were at Fright Fest, we were talking to these guys, and like we ended up like hanging out with them that night and like going to the rides with them and all this stuff. But this whole time she would like hold my hand all the time, and she would tell them like, oh, this is my girlfriend, oh, like all this stuff. And like the guys would just be like, you know, at one point one of the guys was like, were you guys really going out? And I was like, no. Anyways, that night ended. We went back to her house, and we, you know, her dad got us something to eat, and he gave us a bag of weed. So her parents were hella cool. I mean, her dad was cool. Her mom was like, you know, she was on the cool side, but it was still like strict about some things. Didn't really let us like smoke in the house unless like, you know, it was in her room or something. So anyways, we were just chilling there, like watching movies, eating. That night I freaking got so high, and she was hella high, whatever. Like we were watching movies, and then you know, when you get high, you get hella sleepy after. So I was starting to get really sleepy, so I actually wanted to go to sleep. So I grabbed my phone, I put it away, I turned around, I'm going to sleep, you know. So she's still awake, and I think she realized that I was gonna go to sleep. So she texted me, and she texted me that same thing. I'm like, she goes, damn, I have that feeling again. And I was like, what feeling? And then she goes, you know, like the feeling of like doing things. And I was like, it's not gonna happen, go to sleep. And then that was it, you know. I put my phone away, it was whatever. So me as always fucking ignoring it as fuck, like just ignoring everything that she says to me, because I really didn't think that she was gonna do shit. So a couple of minutes go by, and she turns up the TV, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go to sleep, like turn that shit down, like what the fuck you doing, like you not respecting my sleep right now, bitch. So anyways, I'm like, can you turn it down? So she doesn't turn it down, and like I'm like hella high, like I'm fucking high as fuck. So I'm like just fucking like trying to go to sleep. And she's like, she like turns around, she waits a couple of minutes, and she starts like going like this to my arm. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I just like push her arm away, and then she like gets like closer to me. You use your imagination, you guys. And she like starts like touching up on me again. I don't know what the hell she thought this was gonna do, but like I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Get your hands off me. And then she's like, shh, shh. I'm like, no, bitch, like I'm trying to sleep. Get your hands off me. I don't know what happened to me, but like I kind of just like closed my eyes, and I was like going to sleep. And then like I don't know how, like she like pushed me like this, and I like turned around, and she's like, you know, use you guys' imagination. Like I really don't want to like do every detail, but like she's like touching me and shit, like, and I'm just over here like hella like fucking like high as fuck. I'm all like, what the fuck is going on? Like, bitch, get your hands off me. Like, I'm not gonna do this shit right now. I'm hella high. You taking advantage of me right now, for real though. Anyway, so she's like, you know, use you guys' imagination, please. Like, I really don't want to give you guys like every detail, but she touching up on me. Like, I feel so like molested right now. Like, but anyways, she was just, you know, trying to like get the mood on, or I don't know what the hell. But like, I like come to like, I was hella high, you know, like I said, I was hella high. I really want to put out there that I was so high. Like, I knew what was going on, but like, for some reason I thought it was a dream. I don't know. But I was so high and hella sleepy that I was just like, girl, like, you really just need to get your hands off there. You need your hands off here. So I come to like, I kind of like just wake up and I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? Get off. Like, get the fuck off me. So anyways, use you guys' imagination. We were like, you know, kind of getting it on a little bit, but I was kind of like conscious but not really conscious at the same time. And then she goes, what are you doing? Like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. You knew this was gonna happen. Let's just. And I'm like, no, Betsy, I am not gonna do this with you. I am not going to have sex with you right now because I don't even know how to do it. I'm 15 years old. I don't even know how to have sex. I'm still a virgin and I don't know how to have sex with the girl. Okay? I barely know how to have sex with the guy. Like, I'm a virgin right now. Like, get the fuck off me. So I get hella scared and I fucking get up and I go to the bathroom and I look at myself in the fucking mirror and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, did this bitch really just touch me? Like, touched me? Like, this bitch security? But anyways, you know, like, and I just like, I kind of just like come to my brains a little bit and I'm like, yo, Betsy, I don't feel comfortable sleeping with you in this bed right now. Like, I don't even know why you're doing all this. And she goes, why are you acting like that? Like, you know this was gonna happen. You know we talked about it before. Like, we talked about this happening, like all this stuff. And I'm like, I didn't think you were being serious. I never thought you were actually going to do this. Like, I never gave you permission to do this. You know you have to have my permission to do this. You know that, right? So she's just like, whatever, like, you're being extra, like, whatever. Like, she was just cussing me out, like, kind of blaming it on me that I didn't want to have sex with her. So I'm just like, bitch, take me home. So I was like, I'm not gonna wake up your dad right now because it's like hella late. It was like maybe like 3 in the morning. So I was like, it's hella late right now. So tomorrow, first thing in the morning, can you please ask your dad to take me home because I don't even know what just happened. And I'm like, can I just please, like, I don't feel comfortable laying in bed with you, but I'm going to, but can you just please keep your hands to yourself? And she's like, whatever. So she kind of just turns off the TV and she turns around and goes to sleep. And I just go to sleep, you know? So the next morning she wakes up and she goes, like, what? And she goes, you know, we hooked up last night, right? In my head, I'm like, no, you did not. We did not do anything. You did everything for me. And I was like, no, we didn't. You just tried to. And I'm like, so can you please get your dad to take me home? So her and her dad take me home, and then I kind of just got, like, I kind of just wanted to, like, really, like, think about what happened, and I didn't speak to her after that. I actually saw her like a couple years after that happened, and she actually told me that she ended up telling her dad, and we had a conversation about the situation, you know, and we just laughed it out. So yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, don't forget that I try to upload videos every Tuesday, so if you're new to my channel and you want to tune in for my next video, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Baby,